Well, folks, some reinforcements might finally be on the way back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's talk about it. Shout out Sleeper, by the way. More on them a little bit later on in this video. So we don't have like the full injury report here, but we do have some tweets from Rick Stroud, where he said lots of returning players for the Bucs. Mike Evans, Zion McCollum, Benjamin Morrison, and Mike Jordan are all practicing. That is huge news here from Rick Stroud, from just the Buccaneers returning in general, right? Now, it is also important to know, let me see if I can go to Mr. Stroud's Twitter here, but he does say probably buried the obvious, but no Emeka Egbuka, Bucky Irving, or Chris Godwin today. So we did talk about that. It does seem like those three guys are not going to be playing this upcoming week. I think Todd Bowles talked about that recently as well. Godwin has a fibula injury. I believe Bucky has a shoulder and hip injury. And then, of course, in the case of Emeka Egbuka, he's got a hamstring injury. So those are the three guys that are dealing with those injuries right now. They're probably not going to be playing in this upcoming game. But let's talk about the guys who might be in play for this upcoming game. First things first, Mike Evans. That's huge for so many different reasons, right? Number one is that you get your number one wide receiver back, right? And we have the, obviously the road to 1K over here. Mike needs to get going. He's got only, a chunk of games. I think he needs like 70 yards per game or something like that. The Bucs are going to absolutely feed him the football to get him to that extra 1,000 yards to break Jerry Rice's record. So hopefully they will be able to do that. But it obviously is going to help out this offense so much if Evans is able to come back and play. If he is able to be in the upcoming game against the Detroit Lions, he would be your number one wide receiver. I assume your number two would probably be Sterling Shepard. Your number three would likely be Tez Johnson or Cameron Johnson. And then one of those guys would be the fourth wide receiver with Ryan Miller as wide receiver 5, and maybe they could elevate Garrett Green or Dennis Houston from the practice squad as well. But that is big news. Hopefully Big Mike will be available. Zion McCollum and Benjamin Morrison coming back, that's great as well. And look, Jamel Dean's been playing very good, right? He had a great game last week, arguably his best game ever as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But getting McCollum and Benjamin Morrison potentially back in this game is huge. I think Morrison's been dealing with a hamstring injury. McCollum had a thumb procedure done. We saw that his arm was in a sling, and then also wrapped up as well. So you'd have your number one, number two, and number three outside cornerbacks available for this upcoming Monday Night Football game. That's awesome. Also, this gives an extra day for all of those guys to potentially come back as well, which is great. Now, Mike Jordan coming back is a very interesting possibility here because, look, Mike Jordan was starting at left guard for the Bucs, okay? He was, in the offensive line rotation where it was Graham Barton at left tackle, Mike Jordan at left guard, Ben Bredesen at center, and then it was for a little bit Cody Mock at right guard and Luke Gedeke at right tackle, but then those two got hurt, so then it was Charlie Heck and Luke Haggard over there. So it was just an absolute mess, right? But then Tristan Wirfs came back, and then now it's Wirfs on left tackle, Ben Bredesen at left guard, Barton at center. I think it's still Luke Haggard at right guard, and it's Charlie Heck at right tackle. Now, with Mike Jordan coming back, or him possibly coming back, I really want him to be on that right side of the offensive line. I really do, because he has experience playing both spots, be it right tackle or right guard. He has that type of versatility. And to be honest, I think he'd do better than what we have seen from, Luke Haggard as well as Charlie Heck. And I will say this, in the case of Luke Haggard, honestly, like he has done a little bit better as he's gotten more playing time. He's also still had his bad moments as well. But also, a guy in just a guy in Charlie Heck, it's just something I really want them to, possibly look to change here, right? So I'm gonna be curious to see if they do that. Where in the world is Michael Jordan here? I'm trying to find him on this list, and he just is not coming up. I got Michael Johnson, found Michael Jordan. All right. Fantastic. Let's go back to it now on the PFFs. Very good pass blocker. Run blocking, he's doing an all right job, all things considered. This has been his best time of his career so far. But let's see if we can pull up his snap counts, if it gives it to me. I don't know if it's going to necessarily give it to me here. Let's see. Let's just look up blocking here. What do we got? So, throughout his NFL career, he has only played left tackle, or left guard, sorry, but he has played a little bit of right guard in Cincinnati in 2019. I think that they would let him try that out because he did try right guard, right tackle during preseason and training camp in there as well. He's primarily been a left guard throughout his career. So I wonder if they could even say, hey, Mike Jordan, we're moving you over to left guard, and then maybe like Ben Bredeson moves over to right guard or something along those lines. Because Ben Bredeson, in 2023 played a lot of right guard for the New York Giants. Actually, that was his most common spot there for the Giants, was playing right guard. So I do wonder if maybe they're like, hey, Mike Jordan, you're in at left guard, Ben Bredeson, swing over to right guard, and then when Luke Gedeke comes back, is that just your starting offensive line? I don't know. But I am very excited to get potentially Mike Jordan back, because it is, just another starting caliber offensive lineman who could be made available. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about these players returning. I'd love to hear about it. One more thing, everybody, shout out to Sleeper, the proud sponsor of this channel. If you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a 100% match up to $100. That is, again, whenever you use the code MrBucs. Also, whenever you guys sign up now, if you don't have an account, they give you $20 for free. Simple as that. So make sure you go download the Sleeper app today. Enjoy sports the way it was meant to be. That is together. Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.